What's up, fam? It's me, back again. Uh, it's only 8:30. More than an hour earlier than my last podcast, which I don't remember actually what day I released the last one. I think it's been like 2 weeks, maybe even more. But I've been majorly slacking and caught bigly lacking, but I'm sorry. I'm here now. And I think I'm gonna try and make them more regular, I think uh, possibly Fridays, possibly Saturdays, because those just seem like they make the most sense. Because Friday and Saturday, it's like the end of my week. I can wrap it up, kind of unpack some stuff. Like there's a lot that happens over the course of a week. Like, what would I talk about on Monday? Like, there's a lot of stuff that's going to happen this week. I mean, I guess stuff's constantly happening. I just realized that people who aren't in school or don't have, like, Monday through Friday jobs don't plan their entire schedule around the, like, cycle of a week. Like, things just, like, happen every day. Every single day, every hour. Things are just happening. Even when nothing's happening, there's still something happening. You're thinking about stuff. Maybe what happened is you laid down and you fucking shat your pants or something. I don't care. It's like a lot of things just happen every day. I don't know. That's This is spiraling downwards really fast. I thought I would be more eloquent when I'm less tired, but it turns out I'm worse. But I do think about that. Like, or the same thing with, like, the day cycle. Like, people who work night shift, obviously they flip their schedules upside down, where they're awake during the night and asleep during the day, right? But somebody who, like, works, like, from noon until, like, 11:30 or something, right? Their schedule's not going to be completely flipped, but they're probably still going to get up later and go to bed later because they're already staying up until 11:30 or whenever. So, they probably end up going to sleep at, like, 1 or 2 in the morning. I don't know. Maybe they, like, go straight to bed when they get home. But I mean, like, But all I'm saying is, like, it's so weird how when you get a job, basically, and you get out of school, your schedule revolves around that job or whatever you do. Maybe you don't have a job. Maybe you're, like, a traveling musician or something. But you plan your schedule around that. Like, you couldn't be fucked to remember, like, the cycle of a week if your stuff is... Who knows? Maybe you work on an 8-day cycle. Why not? Why does everybody have to work on a 7-day cycle? That's arbitrary, It's like, who knows? But it's kind of crazy. It's like everybody's got their own stuff going on. There's a lot of humans in the world, and they're all doing different shit every single day. I don't know. I've been trying to work on my music more recently. I feel like recently I've been so stressed out about school that I haven't been devoting time to music, which is the, like, thing that I love and am passionate about. So I was actually talking to my therapist about this, but I'm trying to make a conscious effort to set aside time for music, which is why I'm putting a little improvised music shit at the beginning and end of these podcasts. It just forces me to, like, do something musical. I mean, I'm not writing a whole song or anything. I'm just busting out some chords and then, doing something else. Like it doesn't matter, but it just gets my brain in that zone for half a second, and it relieves me of my stress a little bit, because I don't have to worry about it being perfect. I mean, my first episode, also my previous episode, um, episode 2, by the way. Thanks for coming, gang. Did I fully introduce this thing? I don't know if I did. Anyways, in the previous episode of Nothing to Watch, I did this like shitty like intro where I was like playing some chords on an electric guitar, but it wasn't plugged in. I just really slammed it, I guess. I don't know why I made that decision, but hey, it doesn't matter. And I fucking beatboxed over it, which is terrible in and of itself. I'm not a talented beatboxer. Never done any formal training in beatboxing. Sorry, I'm getting like closer and closer to the mic. I'm slowly like leaning forward in my chair, which is one thing I'm trying to give myself some space from me to the mic, because it is a condenser. So I don't need to be right up on it, because last time it was clipping a couple times, and the audio quality was rather poor, because I was so close to it, as if I really need to like be talking right into it. Anyways, but it wasn't good, but hey, it was something. That's all I can really worry about, because I'm such a perfectionist sometimes. I will worry about everything being perfect so much that I won't end up putting out anything. It happens when I write essays. It happens when I try and write music. It happens when I try and do photography or art. Everything I do, I end up getting so frustrated with my own like limitations that I end up not putting out anything at all. And logically, right? Something is better than nothing. Shitty music is better than no music, because there's a lot of shitty musicians out there who just get by, right? Because guess what? They may not be good at what they're doing, but they're doing something that makes them happy. Or, who knows, maybe they're doing something that just makes them money. That's whatever floats your boat, my dude. It's like, I maybe in my head I'm a great musician, and if I do ever write a song, it's gonna be like perfect because I'm gonna nitpick it until it's amazing, right? But until then, I haven't released hardly anything, and so this bozo who just walked in off the street and is making crappy music on his ukulele, he's 100 steps in front of me, because he's at least doing something. He's released something. Maybe some people are listening to him. Maybe his friends and family are listening to him, and that's it. Who cares? That's all I can really ask for, is to just put something out, even if it's 5 seconds long and it's not very good. Okay? Because guess what? I at least made something. And my 12 currently subscribers can hear that and be like, hey, that was forgettable, but not terrible. And who knows, maybe one of these episodes, I'm just really gonna slam it, hit it out of the park, do a great little intro song, and maybe that one becomes my intro song forever. Who knows, because everybody loves it, and it's amazing, and even I like it, and I'm my own worst critic. But, you know what I'm saying. I feel like a lot of people are their own worst critic, and I feel like that's a cliche idea that everybody has thought of, but it really is true, because some people, they get a lot of hate online for, because anonymity and whatnot, and they think, oh, these, YouTube comments are so toxic, and these people really are my worst critics. They hate me. It's like, they don't hate you. Shoot, they don't even know who you are. They probably don't even care. They'll forget about you tomorrow. They're just, they just want to be assholes for a second. And that's fine. We all have moments where, when you're like younger and you're like a little kid, right? And your like sibling or your friend just like irritates you a little too much, and for a split second you just want to make them feel bad, right? And so you'll say some like mean shit to them, right? It's like, you don't hate them. You just got mad for like a second. And when you're mad, it like blinds you, and you just feel this urge to just make them like hurt. And I feel like that's what a lot of like high school and middle school like bullies are. They just get upset and they just feel the need to hurt somebody. And I don't think they mean it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think people in YouTube comments mean it either. Cause literally the next day there might be somebody, oh my god, Shane. My homie Shane Isom, okay? You know him, you love him. But he is texting me off the goddamn chain, dude. Oh my god! Please. Shane, I love you, man. Shut the hell up for a second. Oh my god. He does this thing. I kind of enjoy it, to be real. But where oh my fucking god. He texted me again. Where not out of like malice or irritation, just out of like apathy, I won't respond to him. And some people get like butthurt when you don't respond to them. They're like, hello? Is anybody even there? Right? Shane doesn't give a fuck. He will just keep texting me. He'll text me for multiple days in a row without me responding to him. And you know what? I admire him. I admire him for that. He doesn't hold a grudge when I leave him on red. Because listen, I don't leave people on red. I do it constantly. And it's not because I'm like, oh, I don't want to talk to this person right now. It's just because I read it, and then I think of something to say, and then I go, yeah, I'll type that out in like a second. It would take very minimal effort, and I still like, I am such a procrastinator. I will procrastinate on typing. Like, that's fucked up, dog. Bro, I don't even remember what I was talking about. I was talking about how people on the internet don't mean what they say. Yeah, because, listen, you could be watching my videos, and you're just like, fuck this guy, right? I'm just gonna leave some nasty-ass shit in the comments section and just fucking tear this guy apart. You sound like a little nasally Chinese girl, and you fuck you, go eat my dog's ass, like, you could leave some nasty shit. But guess what? In like a week, somebody's gonna be like, hey, do you know Nolan Hannah? Right? And you're gonna be like, who the fuck is that? I've never heard of that guy in my life. Hate comes from knowledge. It's like true hate comes from knowledge, but just momentary rage, like in a YouTube comment section, mostly just comes from ignorance. Sure, there will be some people out there who you'll have like slighted them in the past, and they've got this like fat old chip on their shoulder, and they actually do just like hate you. But those oftentimes aren't the people who are leaving YouTube comments, because they probably know you in real life, so they'd rather say some nasty shit to your face, But it's like I just don't get that bothered with it, which is weird because, a lot of people who are pretty like normal, they get really bummed by like YouTube hate, whereas like I'm very very anxious when it comes to people. Like I go to a therapist. I started going to a therapist, and we talk about my anxiety. Like I literally at work I learned how to answer the phones. Okay, my coworker Cody, shout out to that homie. He's chill. He taught me how to answer the phones and like take orders over the phone. Okay, and he did like a practice call, right, where he called Pizza Hut from his cell phone in the other room. I could literally hear his voice from the other room. He was standing like less than 100 feet away from me, right? But the second I answered that phone, I started sweating. I literally like I could physically feel myself like getting sweaty. To this guy that I know and like, and literally I know it's him, and I'm on the phone taking his fake order, putting in like all this information, and I'm like so nervous for absolutely no reason. I just have such trouble like dealing with people. I'm constantly afraid that everybody hates me. And yet I just don't get bothered by like internet hate. And I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just cuz I know that they don't know me, most of them at least. You know, my problem is when I have people who I know and have to see on a daily basis, and I start to get paranoid that they hate me. Right? That's what I care about, is that like people that I know secretly hate me, you know? I guess that's like the like paranoia aspect of it. You know, that it's some big conspiracy that everybody's like talking shit about me behind my back. Like these people at least have the common decency to like talk shit to quote unquote my face, but they're being anonymous about it. You know, instead of being nice to me and then like talking shit behind my back or something, you know, which doesn't even actually happen to me in real life. I don't know, probably has, but I don't know about it. But like I've never had an actual case where I've caught somebody doing it, and yes, I still stress out about it. But, you know, at least when people say, "Hey, fuck you, buddy. I hate you." I'm like, "Okay, cool. I don't care because I don't know who you are and you don't know who I am. So really, you just hate something that I said, probably. I just said some like dumb shit in my podcast, and that like peeved you off. You probably didn't even watch the whole video. You probably heard what I said, got mad, and then scrolled down to the comment section and went, I keep saying you when I'm talking about this, but I'm not talking to you, you know, loyal viewer, buddy, friend. I'm talking about a hypothetical you. You understand. You understand. You personally understand. You know, from now on, when I'm talking about a hypothetical YouTube or internet hater, I'm just gonna call him like, what's like a really stereotypical white dude name? Tucker. Yeah. Tucker is the personification of all my internet hate. So yeah, Tucker will forget about me because he doesn't actually know me. He doesn't actually care. He's just pissed for a second and he wants to make somebody feel bad. But I'm just not gonna. I feel like I've spent way too much time on this topic. I don't remember if there was anything else I was gonna talk about. I do remember that there was something else I was gonna talk about, but I don't remember what specifically I was going to talk about. Also, I hope the audio quality is significantly improved in this one. Because last one... Okay, what happened? I'm gonna just explain this now. Because I am afraid that people are going to start commenting on my last one and being like, "Oh, I can tell that Tucker is going to comment and be like, "Oh, I can tell that he altered his voice to make his voice sound lower because he sounds like a little baby child." You know, but it's like, here's what happened, okay? There was a lot of dead air in my first podcast. There's probably going to be a lot of dead air in this one. And so what I did was I very slightly sped it up. Just a tiny little bit, okay? But here's the thing. When I sped it up, it made my voice a little bit higher. So I wanted to bring it down just enough that it would sound like my normal voice. But when I did it, it overcorrected on some of the parts. Like, some of the parts sound almost normal. It overcorrected all of it, but it did worse for some parts. So I overcorrected, and so it sounds like, "Hey guys, how's it going?" And I'm like, fuck. But like I didn't want to change it back in the event that I'm like, because then what if my voice starts sounding really high, and then people are like, "What the fuck is wrong with this guy? He just has a fucking annoying voice." You know, so I tried to make it as normal as possible, but it ended up being all fucked up, and then the audio quality got fucked up because there was a bunch of clipping in it because I was too close to the microphone. So, hopefully this sounds like my real natural voice, nasally bullshit and all, you know. And it'll be like much better. I really do hope that they start getting better. I think I'm gonna try and have a guest on next time. I do have a couple people in mind, but it just depends on when I can get them in, and it also depends on me cleaning my disgusting room, because I do my recording in my room, which is why there's a lot of like static and shit. Sorry, I'm turning away from the microphone. I hope that's not like fucking it up. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I forgot what I was talking about. I was talking about how there was a bunch of... No. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I've been, oh, I remember one thing I was going to talk about. I've been talking to my friend Shane about the most likely hypothetical, but not entirely out of the question, possibility of me dipping out to a foreign country and living there for a while after high school, because I just think that would be really cool. I have my eye on my I guess my top three are Sweden, Scotland, or Australia. Sweden, because I do speak a little Swedish. I wouldn't say I'm fluent in Swedish, but I have been studying it for a good number of years, and I would say that if I needed to go to a restaurant, or I had to pee very badly, or I had to introduce myself to someone, then I could do it in Swedish. Okay? Scotland, because my family is Scottish. I've got my family crest hung up on my wall. I have a kilt, and I have a lot of plaid shit. Literally, I've got so much plaid there's so much plaid, like, in my direct line of sight right now. I've got 2 flannels. I've got two of my blankets are plaid. The sheet is plaid, and the fitted sheet is plaid. There's another flannel on my bed, and another flannel on my bed, and then my window has a blanket over it, because I have an irrational fear of windows. And that window has... That blanket is plaid. And I just now noticed that there is a tote bag, a reusable bag, to my bottom left. That is plaid, also. There's just a lot of plaid. And then Australia, just because Australia's dope. And I also actually know a few cool-ass people from Australia. Shout out to y'all if you are listening right now, which you're probably not, but to be real, you're chill. You're pretty dope. Love you guys. And I just think it'd be cool to like kick it in Australia and possibly be able to like visit them every once in a while. Be like, hey, what's up? How's it hanging? You know. But I was in an honor band, very prestigious. Um, I'm just kidding. It's pretty reg. It's pretty chill. Um, and there were some. There's basically this program. It's with the honor band that I was in, that some of the American kids get to go to Australia, and some of the Australian kids get to come to America, and play with us and have a good time and meet cool people. And the previous year that I went, I didn't really talk to many people. And then this year I was like, dude, it's my senior year. I am going to make some cool ass friends here at Wibbick, because Wibbick is the honor band that I was in. Because, dude, they're a bunch of chill ass people. They're all musicians like me, and they're all, just here to have a good ass time and play some damn music. And I just respect the hell out of anybody who's into that life, So, we just happened to be in an elevator with some Australians, and I pretty much continued hanging out with them the entire time. And it was pretty fucking chill. Got a bunch of Snapchats, Still talk to one of them often, and one of them occasionally. But yeah, it's fucking dope. I'm like, dude, I have foreign friends, albeit within the Anglosphere, but still, We live in different countries, dude. It's freaking dope, dude. We live in different countries. We're like separated by the ocean, dude. It's like so cool, dude. Oh my god. But anyways, so yeah, it's like, let's hang out, let's have a cool time. Yeah, I was talking. That's another thing I was talking to my therapist about, was the possibility of doing like a work program in Australia, because apparently they do that. She brought up Australia, not me, but I was like, hey, that sounds pretty cool. Yeah. I also made friends with my section. I play the euphonium. Any euphonium players out there? Leave a like and comment euphonium in the comments. Say I play the euphonium as well, because dude, it's a sick ass instrument. They're not actually. I'm not gonna say there are not enough euphonium players out there, because I just like being special. It's like, oh yeah, I'm a euphonium player. Not many others like me. We're a rare breed. But no, it's like my first year there. I didn't really talk to anybody but the people directly beside me. But this year I was on it. I was the section leader, so I was like, you know what? I'm going to shake hands with everybody and introduce myself, and I'm going to know everybody's name by the end of this. And shout out to Euphonium Gang, because it was me, Holly, Nakota, Cody, Melanie, Olivia, and Owen. That's all 7 of us, including me. I still remember y'all names. I remember what you look like. Melanie, you play a Festivo, a Wessex. I don't know if it is a Festivo. I think it's a Festivo, but it's definitely a Wessex, because I remember your keycaps. I remember that Cody had a really deep cup mouthpiece. Yeah. They were chill homies though. I got all their numbers too. We're in a group chat, but we haven't used it since we left. But still, it's like, it's the thought that counts. It's like, whatever. It's chill. Just a bunch of euphonium players. I feel like, yeah, euphonium is my I wouldn't say my favorite instrument of all time, but it is one of my favorites to play just because it feels so natch to me. It's like, I'm okay at the guitar. I talked about this last time, but I'm not a world-class guitar player. I'm not even like an above average guitar player, I would say. I'm like, I do it, but I'm not. I would never say I'm a guitar player. You know what I mean? And in the same way, I also play piano, I also play French horn, and I also play trombone. And I would never say I'm a trombone player, I'm a piano player, or I'm a French horn player. But I would say I'm a euphonium player, or a euphonist. Because that's like my natchy instrument, dude. Like, I just feel it on a spiritual level. Like, if I had a choice, if somebody was like, dude, you gotta make a decision, you can only play one instrument for the rest of your damn life. You can't even sing unless that's what you choose. You have to play one instrument and one instrument only. I would be like, euphonium. That's easy as hell. Because euphonium, is a beautiful instrument. And it just gets me in my soul, man. I like listening to people play it. I like playing it myself. It's kind of like I was talking to Shane the other day about different characters in Smash Bros. Okay, I can play a lot of different characters, okay, and I'm not even that particularly good at my main, Ness. But Ness is the one character that I have fun playing. Even if I lose, I have fun playing Ness. Okay, when I play Captain Falcon, I get stressed out if I start doing badly. I'm like, oh crap, I'm losing right now. This feels bad, you know. But when I'm playing Ness, even when I'm losing, I'm just having fun. I feel like he's a fun character to play, and I know there are a lot of Ness haters out there. But listen, okay. If you just didn't have... no, I'm not going to start talking shit about... Maybe I will. Okay? Don't hate on someone for their main. I'm not hating on you for your main. I'm hating on you for hating on my main. Okay? If you're the kind of person who's like, oh, if you play Donkey Kong, then you're bad because you're just playing a heavy, and heavies will always win. Even if I'm not skilled, so you're basically just cheating at the game. You should never play a heavy. It's like, well, fuck off, dude. Like, if there was any insta-win character in the game, he would immediately get nerfed or just completely removed. You know, it's like you can lose and you can win with any character. There was like I don't even remember what it was. It was like some huge Smash Bros. Tournament. I think it was in Japan. That this guy managed to win a Smash 4 tournament with Yoshi. Okay, and let me tell you, Yoshi does not get a lot of love in the pro Smash Bros. Kind of ring. The inner circle, I guess. You know, everybody's playing Zero Suit Samus, or Diddy Kong, or, you know, various other just like high tier characters, right? And Yoshi is not like very, very high at all. I think Yoshi was considered D tier in Smash 4, but I don't actually remember. But this guy, because here's the thing. If everybody in the pro league plays the same couple characters, then they all know how to play as and against all those characters. Because they've played a million Zero Suit Samuses, they've played a million, you know, Diddy Kongs. So, you know, you learn all their tricks. But if this guy comes out of nowhere playing Yoshi, how many professional Yoshis have you played against? Like, one, and it's that guy. you have probably not had a lot of experience playing against this character. Even if you have practice playing against all the characters, you have way more practice playing against the S tier and A tier characters. You know, and this guy comes out of nowhere playing Yoshi, it'll throw you off your game. Like, it'll get you fucked up. Right? So it's like, you can win. Like, you can win with any character. And in this, you know, it just I just dislike when people are too reliant on tier lists, and when people main shame, basically. It's like, dude, go out there and main Ness, main Donkey Kong, main Sheik, main whoever the fuck you want. Main Piranha Plant. Okay? Shane has been practicing Piranha Plant a lot, and let me tell you, it's scary. Okay? Piranha Plant can be pretty dang powerful if you know how to do it. Okay? It's like, dude, just have fun. I feel like people forget that it's a game. Okay? Some people get so bent when it comes to winning or losing, and they forget to, like, have fun playing this video game. It's a video game. It's not like a big deal. It's just a game. You know, it's like I feel like people need that attitude more often. Like when it comes to sports, even, you know, people, you can, and that doesn't mean don't get competitive. You can get competitive, but when the game's over, you should be responsible and mature enough that you can stand up and walk over to whoever you were playing against, shake their hand, and say good game. Because, like, it's just not a big enough of a deal to get bent over it and have a chip on your shoulder. You know? Don't start oaking. You know? And hey, I'm not trying to be mean or anything. There's some people who just kind of get excited easily. You know? Hell, I can get a little too excited sometimes, and I get frustrated, you know. But sometimes just take a breath, and just have a little fun. Who knows? Maybe play a character that you don't usually play. You know, just try some stuff out. Maybe go, like, practice your moves, cause you want to try off a new, like, combo or something. You know, you never know. I personally have a lot of fun doing, like, practice rounds with Shane and David. You know, occasionally we'll just do, like, batting practice or countering practice, or you know, whatever technique we feel like we need to improve on. Or maybe practicing playing against a specific character, or as a certain character in general. You know, just remember to, like, if you're not having fun, don't play it, basically, is all I'm saying. And if you're playing it, have fun. It's pretty simple. It's a game. Have fun playing Smash Bros. Have fun playing StarCraft, Dota 2, you know, Overwatch. Is that still relevant? Not really. You know, basketball. Dude, let me tell you about my high school basketball team. I love them so much. The boys and the girls. I love our basketball team because they're a bunch of great people. I just love them, okay? I'm not even a big basketball fan, but when I go to the basketball games, I get hyped because I'm just excited to see, like, my friends and these people that I really like just going at it and having a good time and working really hard. Okay? Last night we were at one of the district games. Okay, so it's like a big deal game, and the girls and the boys played last night. And the girls unfortunately lost by 1 point in a double overtime. And yeah, I'm like, oh man, they didn't win. Like, that kind of sucks. But guess what? I'm still super proud of them because they worked so hard. They were just killing it out there. I mean, they lost by 1 point. They were managing to keep it tied up into 2 overtimes. Like, they were just playing so hard, and I was super proud of them. And it was an exciting game. Even though we lost, I still had a good time. I still think it was a good game, you know. And you know, the boys, they won by like 12 points or something. And that was a good game too. And because they were working super hard, you know. It's the kind of thing. It's like the saying, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, don't worry. I mean, obviously aim to win, but aim to like play well. Because if you play well, you'll win. If you play hard, and then you're more likely to win than if you're like, I guess, like here's the thing, okay? There are some players on our team who can get kind of like competitive, over competitive even, and aggressive, and they just end up like just going a little too hard, and they end up fouling a lot, and they don't end up playing that well even though they have talent, okay? And I'm proud of you for working really hard, but you just need to not let competitiveness dull your natural ability, okay? Because if you're naturally good at basketball, but you get so aggressive that your technique and your form is getting sloppy, then it's not going to matter, you know. And it's like, I just like seeing people work really hard towards a goal, and whether or not they accomplish that goal, I think they improve as people and as players just by doing it. I would not be surprised if some of our basketball players go on to be professional, because they've got heart, you know? I'm just super proud. I don't know. So, good job, girls. Good job, boys. Keep fucking doing what you're doing. And I'll keep watching. Like, honestly, I hope that like, some of them do become, like, pros someday, and I can just watch them on TV, even though I don't even like basketball that much, and I can just be like, dude, that guy, I knew that guy. That guy was cool. I fucking gave that dude a high five every day. It's like, it's a thing, by the way. One of the basketball players at our school on the boys' team, give him a high five and a fist bump or a handshake every single day. I say, what's up? How's it going? How's it hanging? Wow. Bam. You know. And I feel like that's an important thing. It's just, I guess I just like want to spread more like kindness in the world sometimes. I'm like, I just want to like set aside like 5 seconds of my time to just be like, hey, what's up? And the best part is that oftentimes gets reciprocated. Like when you sacrifice. I was reading a chapter of a book on psychology about the origin of sacrifice as like a both a religious and a logical and sophisticated mannerism, basically. Sacrifices don't have to be, like stabbing someone on a stone altar. You can sacrifice, and it doesn't even have to be, leaving like food out or something. You can sacrifice your time, your energy, and setting aside like 5 seconds to go up to somebody and say, hey, what's up? Even if they don't think about it that hard, they will reciprocate that sacrifice and set aside their time to be like, hey, how's it going? And I think it's important that we make that tiny sacrifice. And and for somebody, just every day, and just be like, I could be spending every single moment of my waking life, doing this or that thing. And that 5 seconds of saying, hey, what's up, doesn't make me any richer, and it doesn't make me any better at anything. It just can make somebody feel a little more appreciated, And I like feeling appreciated. I'm sure everybody else likes feeling appreciated. If there's one person on this planet who doesn't like feeling appreciated, what is wrong with you? What are you doing? I'm trying to make them happy by not appreciating them. That's the joke. But no. You know what? It's like, I feel like a lot of people feel really small. And I feel like that's where a lot of unhappiness comes from, is that people feel like their lives are very forgettable, and that they can pretty much be safely ignored by most of society. And I think it's important that if you have somebody in your life that you don't think is forgettable, that you remind them of that every once in a while. And it doesn't have to be that some like sappy, corny thing where you go up and you're like, you are loved, you're appreciated, because that doesn't mean anything. I don't want people to take this the wrong way, but I get really frustrated sometimes when I see like the like Markiplier t-shirts that say like you are loved on them, because it's like they're taking it for granted that everybody... Here's the thing. You could go up to somebody specifically and do something for them and give them an act of kindness, and I feel like by wearing that shirt, a lot of people take that and they feel like they can like check that off of their to-do list. Like they're like, well, I'm just kind of constantly broadcasting the idea that you are loved. And it's like, no, you're not. People aren't like sitting there like reading your shirt and they're like, that I feel like that guy actually cares about me. Like, not really. I don't think most people even think about it. They probably look at it and they go, huh. But they don't really give it a second thought. It's like, you're not actually spreading very much goodwill by wearing a t-shirt, because here's the thing, you're not making a sacrifice. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, you're not giving anything up. You're basically just taking up visual space on your body. Like, that means nothing. I don't want to say that means nothing. I don't want to shit on people who just feel like they're doing a good thing. But like, really, I feel like if you wear that shirt, you should just remind yourself that it's not checked off your to-do list. Because 90% of people don't gain anything from that. They don't even gain like a feeling or any conscious like thought process, but just think like, today I'm going to sacrifice a small portion of my time to and give it to someone else, and they will probably give some of their time to you, and if they don't, then you've still they probably still think about it anyways. Maybe they're just in a hurry, like, don't take it personally, I guess. I just think that's important. I think I'd like to see it happen more, because I definitely think that there's a large majority of I don't want to say kids today, but kids today, who, especially with the rise of social media, where there are these like larger than life figures who have like a practically unimaginable reach that they like look up to. And I feel like a lot of kids, they look at that and they feel like if they're not that, if they don't have 300,000 people, 3 million people, 55 million people listening to everything they say, that they're tiny and insignificant. And I think that that's not true, because I think that every person has a butterfly effect. You know, I feel like every person that you talk to, maybe once in your entire life, and every person they talk to, it spreads out. You know, and if you didn't exist, things might be slightly different, things might be extremely different, without you being even aware of it. And I think it's important for people to remember that they're not unimportant. And I am personally an atheist, and so a lot of atheists, especially ones who become atheists later in life, suddenly get this existential feeling of like, I am a tiny person on a huge planet, and that planet is a tiny speck in a huge solar system, and that solar system is a tiny blah 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 blah, onwards and onwards, and they feel super insignificant, right? And I try not to think that way, because I think that every tiny ripple, you know, it spreads out. I don't know. Maybe I lost my train of thought there, but you know, just think about it, or don't. You don't have to, I guess. You know, you don't have to sacrifice your time. I don't have to sacrifice my time, I guess. You know, it doesn't really matter. You know, I just think it's nice. And being nice is what I'm set out to do, I guess. No, not really. I think I started this podcast just because I have a lot of thoughts in my dome, and I just it's like a diary. A diary, but it's like the opposite of a diary, because a diary you don't want anybody to read, and this I want as many people as possible to read it. I don't know, maybe not as many people as possible. Maybe just a few people that I care about. Maybe a few people that I don't know, and so therefore can't care about. I don't want to say that I don't care about, because that makes it sound like I have something particularly against you, which is kind of the opposite of what that means. But you know, I guess you don't know. Maybe you do know. Maybe you don't. It's all a matter of subjectivity. So let me check how much time is on this so far, because I feel like I've talked for a long ass time. Wow, 53 minutes. That's a long time. I feel like I kind of rambled in the middle there. I feel like I kind of repeated myself a lot, but I did mean it. I guess just keep that in your dome. That when I say things, I mean it. Except sometimes I don't, because I make a lot of sarcastic jokes. But listen, we're transcending barriers. I'm gonna try not to be as sarcastic as I usually am here. I'm gonna try and let out a bit of my personality and spread it out across the internet. Because here's the thing. I don't know how many views are on my last video. Probably under 50. But listen, okay. I'm leaving like a shadow. When I die, there's gonna be less than 50 people that have heard that podcast. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe by that point there will be a lot just that collect over time. But listen, they've all got a tiny synapse connection in their brain that was created when they listened to me talk that one time, maybe they don't even consciously remember it. But it's that butterfly effect, man. It's like fucking... It's gonna carry me through the goddamn eternity forever. Okay? Even after everybody who has heard me dies, still that shit is like riding the waves of fate and chronology. Oh man, I just love thinking about that, like how long eternity is, and how like everything you do, like think about it, like a ripple, it spreads out and gets bigger, and it might thin out, but it still gets wider. You feel me? Do you feel me? Like, I have, like, a memory of me saying something is like that concentrated, like, stone hitting the surface of the water, right? And then, so the memory is like the first little, like, whoop. I just made a reference, a gesture with my hands again, but it's that first little whoop, you know? And then, like, their subconscious behavior is like very slightly changed, and that's like the second whoop, like farther out but like wider, because then they start like affecting other people very slightly, and so it keeps thinning out, but like it just keeps getting bigger. It's a bigger and bigger circle, you know. So eventually everything I say now will be lost to time. Entropy and shit and the fucking heat death of the goddamn universe is going to basically nullify everything that's ever happened, and yet there will still be these tiny little vibrations, and these tiny vibrations were brought about very tangentially by the shit that I'm saying right now. And that is wild. That's wild. Well, I think I'm going to wrap this one up. I think I've passed an hour. Nope, I have not passed an hour, but I'm still going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for listening. Like if you wanna, dislike if you wanna, subscribe if you feel like it, comment if you're a euphonium player. I repeat, if you're a euphonium player, comment, yo, I'm a euphonium player. How's it hanging, dog? Wanna do some collabs together? You know, maybe we'll create an international euphonium ensemble of cool-ass euphonium players like me. I'm sorry, I don't want to call myself cool. That seems a little big-headed, but I am a euphonium player, so... anyways... thank you for watching the second episode of Nothing to Watch, but plenty to listen to. Goodbye.